So this is Paris. Actually, it's a park just outside Paris called Bois de Boulogne. Boulogne? I can never say that word right. But it is one of the largest parks in Paris. And that's what's so difficult about Paris, right? It's a concrete jungle. It's impossible to find greenery anywhere. To even dip your toe into a nature bath, you have to come outside the city. And this park is no different to any other park in any major city in the world. It's got its own crime statistics and unfortunate events. This place is gorgeous during the day, but you wouldn't want to come here at night. There are some dodgy sections and plenty of unlit areas. Now, I've expressed my joys and annoyances of living in Paris from an American's perspective thoroughly on this channel. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, consider giving a like or subscribe. So Paris is known for its glitz and glamour, its haute couture, and its amazing food. Yet on the flip side of that coin, I've never seen so many homeless, graffiti, and trash in one city in my entire life. There is a stark contrast between the beauty and disgust in this city, and those two are right next to each other, rubbing shoulders. First example, right, is this park. Now, right next door to this park, like literally right across the door, is what I can only describe as a garden with like a Disneyland entrance. This whole northwest section of the park is owned by the LVMH group. This is the luxury lifestyle company that owns Vuitton, Dior, and a bunch of other companies. It's a massive luxury conglomerate group. Now, this LVMH group aren't all that bad. They gave France this amazing building. Well, I say gave, but in reality, this building is a monument to a massive tax write-off. Now, the great thing about this building, it hosts arts and live events, which I'm all for. However, for me, the real issue is this theme that is pervasive in Paris, this papering over of historical negative events. And to be honest, to like fantasize and put myself in the position of the individuals that had to make the decision on whether they wanted to pay tax to the French government versus build something like this, I know what decision I would make. Paris is a city that has some of the most beautiful architecture and sites slapped right next to some of the biggest eyesores I've ever seen. Gorgeous Haussmann architecture papered over, graffitied over with some of the worst graffiti tags and just lame art I've ever seen. I love street art, and Paris has some of the most beautiful street art I've ever seen. My favorite area is a bike tunnel underneath the Louvre. They have lights. There is insane street art down there. But perhaps don't see this as a critique. There's no one perfect place to live. Every village or massive city has its pros and its cons. But I don't feel like the modern advancements of society have enhanced Paris. The city was built in a different time. When I come to Paris, I feel like I can see the distant echo of a great city. A city that wasn't destroyed in World War II simply because Hitler loved its beauty. And Paris was built for a specific time period. And I'm living and experiencing this city decades after its heyday. But I also completely understand why great artists come here. Hemingway, Dali, Picasso, Renoir, Manet, Degas, the list goes on. There's an intangible creative spirit in this city that I may never be able to put my finger on. Yet through all of this, through all the headaches and stresses of this city, I still love it. Being here, you feel like you're plugged into a creative channel, and it compels you to offer up your best work. And so for that reason, I love Paris, because there's not many cities that you can say that about. And also, nature does that for me. Nature calms my mind and allows my best creative ideas to rise to the surface. A lot of people will say, and myself included, that they sync up with the energy of a city, which is completely valid. I wouldn't say that I align with the energy in Paris. The bank smashed in. Jesus Christ. It's weird to have Blondie playing in the background as you see a smashed up bank. That's an odd combo. But Paris does have a magnetism to it that draws you in and demands your best creative efforts. That energy, that atmospheric charge, I want to learn more about it. So I hope that some of these videos frame up what Paris actually is like nowadays. And hopefully some of the thoughts I've mentioned you can remember when you're here. As always, I'll chat to you guys soon. Peace.